The 1938 radio classic War of the Worlds caused a nationwide panic back in 1938. It dramatized a Martian invasion of Earth.
And that was done without the benefit of animation and 3D imagery. Well, tonight, Luke Moretti takes a closer look at hoaxes and pranks as we continue our special report on UFOs. Luke?
Yeah, you know, much of the UFO stuff on the internet these days won't cause a panic, but it does blur the line between fiction and reality. Now, thanks to high-tech animation, almost anything can be doctored and presented as authentic. Make no mistake, people see things in the sky and report them, and they've been doing this for decades.
We have to keep an open mind, but we have to vet it completely.
Most sightings can be explained as man-made or natural. But what about those that are just simply, well, baloney? You get hoaxes, right?
Oh my gosh, we get hoaxes. We get hoaxes that are fabricated completely.
Cassidy Nicholas is a field investigator with a mutual UFO network known as MUFON, which tracks and investigates UFO sightings. She says hoaxes are reported every day.
The field investigator has to go in and say, where's your proof? Where were you? Where were you standing? What was it like outside? What were you seeing? And most of the time, we can immediately recognize them.
Just try searching the internet using the term UFO. All sorts of interesting videos, photographs, and articles pop up. Sometimes it's tough to know what's real. If someone were to give you a line of BS, you'd be able to spot it probably right away.
Probably.
MUFON field investigator Jack Fay, a retired New York State police captain, says sometimes a person's story builds to the point where they're not even sure what's real anymore.
They're not lying anymore, because now they actually believe it, so they're not really lying. That doesn't mean the incident occurred. It just means they're not
they
lying
believe
about
it.
They believe it.
According to MUFON's digital database, there have been nearly 3,000 sightings worldwide classified as intentional hoaxes, 2,600 here in the United States, and 116 in the state of New York.
You would think there would be a lot. There's not a lot.
News 4 decided to see how easy it is to make a fake UFO video.
You just fake the whole thing.
We enlisted the help of Kurt Murphy, an Emmy Award-winning graphic artist for WIVB-TV.
You just try to mimic real life as much as possible.
We started with an iPhone video of the sky above Niagara Square in downtown Buffalo. Then Kurt went to work with a simple white square, building and tracking points to follow the movement of the video.
It's tracking the building here. It's actually tracking the camera, and it's turning as the camera turns too.
But without the tracking, the object doesn't match the camera movements.
It would look like this then. You see, it's not moving with it or anything.
For this fake, we decided to go with a 3D cylinder-shaped object.
And I can move that and mimic what the camera's doing. I can move it forward into different places.
Kurt spent about 2 hours building and rendering the fake UFO video clip, which looks like this. You can see the object hovering above and behind buildings in Niagara Square. Eventually, it takes off quickly and literally vanishes into thin air. Here's the big question for you, okay? What is the object that we're looking at?
The object is actually an aerosol can.
How interesting, an aerosol can.
A 3D aerosol can.
So there you have it, a fake UFO video put together with some desktop animation and 3D software. Even more reason to maintain a skeptical eye the next time someone says, "Did you see that UFO video?"
Kind of the weird thing about a lot of the pictures you see, or supposed pictures you see of UFOs, is that they're not very aerodynamic. And you would think that something that would be traveling through an atmosphere would need to be, it wouldn't look like a top hat.
Or in the case of our fakery, an aerosol can of all things.
A lot of videos that you'll see online that come up that you'll go, wow, that's really, really impressive. Look at that, that is so cool. And what it actually is somebody with CGI, that knows how to do video, that is working these things in and shading them properly. So that is a very well elaborate hoax event.
So while some of these photos and videos aim to dazzle and entertain, sometimes things aren't always the way they appear.
You dazzle us.
Good, that's what I wanted to do.
With that can. Now, you're going to wrap this up tomorrow, and you're going to tackle the big question we all want to know, and that is, are we alone?
That is the big question, right? That's the focus tomorrow. Is there life out there? Where is it? And how soon will we know? You know, NASA is working on some very exciting projects. Much more on that coming up tomorrow at 6.